Hey YouTube, how you going? Welcome to another video. In this video, what we're going to be focusing on is the ability to edit a source. So here's a list of things that we've been working on, and one of the things that we do need to cover off is this ability to edit a source. So if we come over to the current front end, you'll see that we've got notes, we've got sources. If you open a note, we do have this edit icon which allows you to edit the note itself. And I've just noticed actually there's a bit of an issue that's crept in there because it's not pre-populating the details, so we will have to fix that up a little bit later on. But we do also now want the same thing for sources. So we can see our source information, but we want the ability to edit that, and we can't currently do that. So it is a little bit tricky working with AI on front end compared to back end. I think it's a little bit easier to use AI on the back end, to be honest. But I've gone ahead and I've told Claude, hey, we've got a back end route that allows us to send a patch request. I probably should give it what that route is, which is this. The route is source ID. Each source has a relationship to source type, and the source type is what defines the fields available for each source. So every source, in this case it's a YouTube video, can have different fields here. So video title, channel name, video URL. Obviously that's only relevant if it's a video. If it was a newspaper article, blog post, etc., we would have different fields. So I've said, hey, look, you can look at the create source modal in your project knowledge to see how we accommodate this when we're originally creating a new source. And then what I want you to do is update our current view to give it that pencil icon. But there is a little bit more complexity because we've just gone through a bit of a refactoring, and what we've done with our project is separate out the business logic and all of the API calls or calls to our hooks, which then call the API source, and then also the presentation layer. So when we're adding this functionality, what we're actually doing is creating two files, one being edit source container and then the edit source modal itself, and then just allowing the user to edit that information as needed. And then I've just said, hey, please remember when updating the source, we're updating the source, not the source type. I've put that in because Claude did get confused previously, and then I've given it an example JSON request, which is the one here. And then said, hey, let me know if you have any questions, and don't forget to update endpoints.js, which is here and kind of defines all of the endpoints for all of the different things. So where we've got sources, we're going to have one that says update or edit source, and we will go from there. So let's see how Claude goes with this. I am conscious that we've got this little message up here saying that experiencing high demand. So concerned we're going to run out of messages really quickly. I haven't used Claude at all today. So let's see. Well, when I say today, I mean today in the context of Claude. So for me, the cutoff time is after my lunchtime. So I typically, because I do have a full-time job, I can squeeze in a little bit of work during lunchtime, use up the messages, and then after lunch they all refresh. So we're kind of in Claude's second day, just to explain that in case you notice those time zone things there. So here's what we've got to do. I didn't have any questions, so it just jumped straight in. So we've got our endpoint, and we've got the use edit source hook. I forgot to tell it to do that, so it's great that it did that. We've got our container, which calls our hook. And then we've got our modal itself, which is just hopefully going to be a presentation layer, which it is, looking at this. And then we need to update the source card component to put our button on there, and also to have the props of on edit and on click probably. And then update the source grid to handle editing. So yeah, we need to bring in the edit modal into source grid and put that there. And then that should all work hopefully fairly nicely. So I'll pull Claude over here, and we'll go to our endpoints, and we'll go here, and we're going to add in this edit endpoint. Self-explanatory. We will define a use edit, and it is putting it in our hooks folder. So we'll keep doing that for now. You can see my refactor video. You'll know that we haven't really figured out how we're best going to accommodate this. I do like to keep things compartmentalized for AI. As you would have seen in that prompt, it's very easy if everything's in one location just to update, upload all of the relevant files. And then in our components, it's saying to put it in components. We're going to do that for now, just so it works, and then we'll drag it, and it'll update the where it's located by self-contained .jsx import path. That's what I'm looking for. Copy, save. And then edit source modal. The reason why I'm doing this is because all of the files that Claude is providing us, obviously expects files to be in certain locations. So if we move them, I then have to manually move them, manually update that field. Whereas I can just drag and drop these later on, and it'll automatically do that. So in a source card, so it's got it in the wrong location. It thinks it's in a different location, but that's fine. Source and source card. So we're going to bring in pencil from Lucid React. We've already got Lucid icons. So we should be able to do lucid icons.pencil, yeah. And then, so source, on click, we need to add our on edit. And then let's get rid of this console log. Oh, wait, add it. And then there's a return. Okay, I'm just gonna tell it source card component. Be specific. It's not very clear where it wants that place, so I'll just ask it. So yeah, adding a pencil, update prop types to include on edit. That's fine. Replace the outer button wrapper with this structure. Okay, again, it's not really clear, like, so we got button, pencil icon, button, on click, source, then button. So it is definitely here, button, button variant ghost, so that's all the same, icon, on click, so update that. Copy. So just got Claude just to give us the whole thing, make it a little bit easier. Alright, so source card and then source grid. Here we need to bring in that, and then in the return grid sources.map, that stays the same, source card on click, set modal, and then copy, have on edit, and then down here we then also bring in edit source container, and then where was that pencil? That was in here, I think. I know it was on the card. Yeah, so this will be, it should just be lucid icons dot pencil. Yep. Okay. Not what I wanted. Put the pencil card icon on the card. That's my mistake, actually. It should be on the modal. So then sources grid. We also forgot import. So import, edit, source container. Fantastic. So if I bring this over here, we can now edit this hopefully. So let's just change that to 2. Hit save. Can't really see it. Let's refresh. Okay, cool. Let's do a small one. Okay, that's an issue. Sources. Okay, automatically updates it, which is cool. But then when we hit this one, okay, so there's a couple of bugs. Let's start with that issue. Great, that works. But after editing one source, right, so you now edit source container. That stays the same, use effect. Just add in this. And then our mutate, use mutate on close, yep. Handle form change, field name, handle submit, source data, yep. Alright, cool. So that, of course, not defined. Use state, use effect. Sources, edit, updated, save, edit, cool. Let's go to this one, updated, and then let's call this B2B selling, and let's put a date. I know the date fields are still wonky, but we'll fix that up later. Alright, sweet. All of those things updated. So now we just need to move that pencil icon. So on, actually before we do that, we're going to move these two into a new folder here called edit source. Move those. The path should automatically update. Hopefully, good luck. Sources, edit. Yep, cool. Alright, and then what we also want to do is, look at the source card. We actually want, instead of it being on the modal, we don't want it on the card, we want it on the modal. Sorry, can you update source card in so we just burn another couple of messages. Alright, so source modal. Bring in pencil. And dialog header. Still there, yep, and our props. Oh, we don't have props, that's fine. And then sources grid. So in our, where is it? I'm dead. So alright. And then in our source card we need to frustratingly undo okay, that should be back to where it was. Alright, and we've been logged out. Copy. Alright, log that in, go to sources, icon's gone, open this, have the icon. Clicking the icon doesn't work, why is that? So where is source grid? On edit. I need to bring that in. Yeah, okay, cool. There we go. Alright, let's double check. I mean, this functionality hasn't changed, so that should still update. It's not automatically updating there, but that's a similar issue that we have with our notes. So we can accommodate that a little bit later on. Alright, so now we have the ability to edit sources, which is great. Awesome. We need to figure out why. So actually, let's try. What do? Do I finish this up? Alright, consider that functionality done, and then what I'm just going to spend a few minutes looking at. I'm just going to see if I can fix this functionality myself without necessarily having to use AI. So let's actually just close down these tabs. There's a lot of them. We'll commit this code, so git add, git commit, added ability to edit source on front end. Alright, then, alright, so where we've got our modal, note, display note container, open individual note card, then where's our note modal? So many components. Individual note container, on edit, handle on edit, edit note is current note. So in our edit note container, we split. So note is getting note. So let's just console log. See if the data is getting to that point. Inspect. Open this. Edit this. Here is note. So it is getting all of the fields. So why is sorry, hang on, that's a container. And then note modal, form data. So form data is this. No, sorry, that's handle submit. Form data is this. So it's console log form data. Form data is not defined. So I have a spelling mistake. Right, form data has all of the same stuff. So we know that form data is coming down to here, and then in our edit note modal, if we open this, hang on. Okay, I think we've forgotten to maybe cut and paste some code here. Where are we? Edit note modal. Yeah, see this doesn't have any of the logic, whereas this still has all of our logic. So it's a mistake on my part. Okay, input wrong. So these are going to be up 1, up 2. Components. So up 1. All right, there we go. So let's just check this, save. Okay, it's not auto closing, but that's fine. That was an issue from before. So we got that back working. Let's just do git add. Fixed error. Alright, so that's that. Alright. What I might do here is take a breather. There's a few things that I want to note down that I think we need to fix up. That issue of editing and then closing being one of them. Same thing with the sources not automatically updating, that kind of thing. So we might tackle that. There's also this issue here with the source types, like it's not scrollable. Settings, there's no button to go back to the dashboard page. We still haven't added the delete buttons. We can probably do that pretty quickly. So if we come over to our mirror board, add it. We've added the edit button, so we'll do that. And then, yeah, I think we might come and tick this functionality off, but for now I'll take a pause, and that will be in a separate video, or we might be covering something else. Thanks for watching.